Hey guys, welcome back to the online classroom. It's Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. Alright, the next project we're going to make is this cute little Peeps bunny shaped card. It fits in an A1 envelope or 4-bar envelope, and open it up. It says Happy Easter inside with some fun little Easter eggs. Okay, let's get started with this. There's a couple of things that'll need to dry while you're working on other parts of the project. So let's see here. I'm going to set this aside and grab this paper flower, and we're going to tint this with some splash ink. So into my trusty box it goes, and we're going to spritz it a couple of times with some, I've got grapefruit splash here. I've got my splash up above the box here. You can see my hand, and I'm going to spritz probably 3 times is what it's going to take to color that flower. Okay, so that needs to dry for a little bit, and then the next thing we're going to do is start creating our own little custom button. If you see here, this it's got a little petite polka dot wasabi button in the center of that flower. We're going to do that with a clear button. And this time I'm going to do a little papaya cardstock. So I got a scrap of papaya, petite polka dot, some crystal clear glaze, a Muse Studio crystal clear glaze, and a clear button. What we're going to do is we're going to just put the littlest layer of this glaze on the back of this clear button. And we're going to try and coat it thin and almost edge to edge, okay? Once you've got it mostly covered with the lacquer, you're going to go ahead and put it down on your paper and give it a little press to kind of push the air out and cover edge to edge. So now you've got yourself a cute little petite polka dot pattern button. Now that's got to dry for a minute before you trim it out. So we'll put that aside and we'll work on the card here while our flower and our button dry. Alright, so this card is done in 3 layers, because if you did this card like we did the tags for the pencil toppers, where you fold it and then put the die above the fold, he'd have flat ears on the top. So I did this in 3 parts. I cut 2 sugar cardstock bunnies, and I cut 1 yellow felt bunny. And on the inside of the card, we're going to go ahead and stamp Happy Easter and embellish with a couple of little Easter eggs. The Easter eggs in Happy Easter and the for Peep's Sake sentiment for the outside, those are all from Muse Studios for Peep's Sake. Alright, so we got the Happy Easter on there. I just stamped it with Memento Rich Cocoa ink. And then I'm going to stamp my little Easter eggs. I have papaya, grapefruit, and Bermuda ink here. I'm going to start with my Bermuda and add a little Easter egg there. Let's see here. I think I want my papaya egg next to okay. Alright, so there's my little Easter eggs, my little Happy Easter. Cute, cute. Okay, next thing we need to do is grab a scoring tool, whatever you like. I've got my handy dandy old school trimmer here. That's what I'm going to use. Alright, this bunny that we stamped the Happy Easter on, we are going to load it in our trimmer so that below the score line is the ears. We're going to actually score through the head. Add a little score line. Alright. And you can see that here's our score line, and we're just going to fold that backwards. And that's where our card is going to open. Alright. Now we're going to add some adhesive. I've got just a little dry adhesive here on the ears, from that score line all the way up to the tips of the ears. And then we're going to layer over the top bunny. And adhere down. So now we've got our card. Alright. And then lastly, our little felt bunny. And for gluing felt, I love the Tombow Mono Aqua. The Tombow Mono Aqua has a silicone brush on one end, and that's what we're going to use here for this application. And we're just going to brush the glue in a thin, even coat from edge to edge, and use the brush to spread the glue edge to edge. And then it over top, the little felt bunny. Make sure you line up all your layers. And then burnish the felt into the glue all the way to the edges. You don't want it to lift. Get our Muse Studio pearls. These are the French roast pearls, and the nose is one of the largest size, so you're going to snip apart. And then the eyes are this kind of medium size, so snip 2 of those apart. There's our little Peep face. And now our banner. I have a 1/2 inch scrap. It's longer than I need it. It's about 4 inches, it looks like. You're going to stamp for Peep's sake on this piece with Memento. Cut off the excess. And you can glue this one right down on your bunny. I like to roll the end of the banner just a little bit. See how dry is our flower. Our flower's pretty dry, and on this one I used glitter, and the glitter is getting in the felt like crazy. It's making me nuts. So instead I'm going to try, on this one, I'm going to do the Stardust finishing spray, and then we'll just give that a little mist and see how it looks. It's going to have a kind of a gentle pearly shimmer, which I think will be very pretty without all the glitter getting in the Peeps felt. Alright, for the button, I'll just snip it right out of the cardstock, and then I like to open my scissor wide and then close it, get right up against the button, and then I just turn the button and close the scissor. And you can have custom button in any color, in any pattern, anytime you want. How cute is that? Alright, I'm going to pop a couple of holes in the center there, and I'm going to add some vanilla twine. Alright. And the glue dot to the back of the button. I'm gonna trim the excess twine here. Alright, so we'll add our little button to our flower, add our flower with another glue dot to our Peep. There we go. There's our little Peep card. For Peep's sake, Happy Easter. And that's sweet, and I like the shimmer spray better than the glitter. The glitter's getting all over the Peep's little fuzzy body. Alright, there you go. If you've got any questions, email me, Marissa@KitchenTableStamper, or leave the questions below the video here. Thanks for watching.